Blog Talk Radio.
Are you ready to take a bite out of the competition? Are you looking for ideas to make your business better? Welcome to the Core Business Show with Tim Jacquet,
sponsored by Apple Capital Group.
At the core of every successful business, you'll find people making a difference. And with each episode of the Core Business Show, we talk with those people, examine those ideas, and explore the strategies that make them special. Now, the host of the Core Business Show, Tim Jacquet.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Core Business Show. I'm doing a late night show, so for the first time, for the third time, rather, in the last 6 months is where I do these, but we're trying to get 5 a day. This episode is going to be really interesting. I'm going to give you some very good tips if you're a business person to look for free education, free or cheap education. Let me footnote that some of the courses are free, some of them are extremely cheap. But here's some few places that you really need to go. A lot of universities, not only with the federal government and some nonprofit agency, wants businesses to thrive and prosper and not to make mistakes. They want to educate you and believe that the business community is a big family network. Everybody wants you to succeed because it benefits them overall, either as a connection, as a contact, maybe as a person to do business with. So you will get an overwhelming amount of support from business leaders to help you. If they have the time to help you, they will help you. If not, they are directed to someone to help you. Now, if you're competing with them, it's a different story. But if you're not really competing with them, they want you to succeed. And even the ones you're really competing with, think of teaming with each other. Say, hey, if you run through this small deal and meet this particular criteria, why don't you send that to me? And likewise, I do the same to you. And kind of make friends with them. You're all in business together. There's enough pie always to go around, as Mama say. So kind of keep that in mind. The topic today, business education on the cheap, free online courses every entrepreneur should consider. Got this of a website from BOA, and I'm going to give them credit for that, BOA, but it also has something I want to add as well to this. So what we're going to do is going to take a short break from our sponsor, Apple Capital Group, where you can find any type of financing from factoring, from asset-based lending, and also equipment leasing. So let's take a break from our sponsor, and we'll be back after these messages.
You're listening to the Core Business Show, sponsored by Apple Capital Group. Apple Capital Group in Jacksonville, Florida, is a commercial lender that specializes in asset-based loans, equipment leasing and financing, invoice financing, commercial real estate loans, and asset-based financing in the U.S. and Canada. Apple Capital Group is a direct lender that lends on their private equity investment portfolio. 90% of most loans are decided within 2 hours, and vendor funding within 24 hours after documents are completed, with a one-page application. No slow no's, just a quick decision and a fast yes. To get more information about lending from Apple Capital Group, call 866-611-7457. That's 866-611-7457 to speak with one of our loan specialists. Or visit us right now at applecapitalgroup.com. Welcome back to the Core. Once again, here's Tim Jacquet.
Well, welcome back. Our topic is business education on the cheap, free online courses every entrepreneur should consider. Small business owners are a unique brand of independent learning. Free courses are being offered all over the place over the web. I know you looked at the YouTube, and it doesn't give you the whole story that you really need to get the whole story of the picture, how to run an application, how to do this. And you only can get maybe 10 minutes or 5-minute clips of each one. And you have to, some are good, some are better, but you can't get the whole story. But this will give you an opportunity to get the whole story. They're quick, they're easy, they're cheap, or they're even free. And you can download them from anywhere on your smartphone or your iPad, or likewise on the iPad, your computer, at home, at work, or whatever. And these are great classes to take. And I'm going to start off with, take a look at iTunes. Have a lot of great courses, video courses, and audio courses you can take online. I mean, just go to iTunes University. There are podcasts just like mine giving you a lot of great information. But also within iTunes, they have a lot of iTunes University will give you a lot of stuff from MIT, from Harvard, from Yale, from the Institution of Entrepreneurial Leadership, and so forth. A lot of things that universities are doing that take one of their best sessions and they put that online because they're all about educating the community. But today I'm going to focus on first place you really need to go for free education in your local market. Start with SCORE. SCORE has a list of a lot of free things that's offered. So check with your SCORE office. Another office you want to check is your small development office. That's going to usually be ran by the county, community college, or a university for that city. So it's called a small development office. You can find that information. If you can't find it from SCORE. They give that to you. But they have grants. If they have classes, they offer absolutely free from the best people in the community that just want to service you. Also, the SBA is a good source as well. There's another site that has a free course that they will offer you. It's called UDEMY. Let me look real quick. I had it up a few minutes ago. Bear with me a second. Make sure I'm spelling it correctly. You can have one free course that they will offer, and it's called DEMY.com. And they offer you a free course, but some other courses are pretty reasonable, but they give you master courses, a series of courses that you can order, but I think the first one is free. So kind of take advantage of that if you want to learn about Excel, you have technology, you have all type of, I'm looking at some other things real quick, technology, business courses, computer design courses. And I can tell you Photoshop, CSE, S6 classes are expensive. How to build a web app, math and science classes, social sciences, humanities, arts, lifestyles, crafts and hobbies, health and fitness, education, even show you how to play the piano, blues, music theory, Spanish, Chinese, sports, games like cards and billiards and poker, how to trade stock. I mean, just go down the line and they offer it to you. And you can take the first class free. Also, the Black Arts of Persuading people to do things. Also, it talks about startups. Also, the Adobe Illustrator class, CS5, beginning to intermediate to advanced. And the first module is free, and the other class is $59. $59 for 8 lectures for all levels. You can't get that even at the community college. So take a look at that. It's called UDEMY. Okay, another place you can take a look at, bear with me a second, is something called academicearth.org. The site was launched in 2008, claims to give everyone on Earth access to world-class education. It cultivates a lineup of free classes come in the form of thousands of high-quality video links by top-notch professors from MIT, Harvard, Stanford, Princeton, Yale, to name a dozen. And also they have entrepreneurship topics there, creativity, innovations, to finance, negotiating skills, dealing with challenging employees. No commute. You just listen. Also, there's another site on there. It's called Pollaks, P-O-L-A-K-S, 24 lecture series on the game theory. You can take a look at that site as well. That's another option you can kind of take a look at. And it tells you about the theory of all types of games, the introduction of the games, game theory, putting yourself on other people's shoes, best in soccer and business partnerships, putting yourself into other shoes, and it goes on and on. So take a look at that as well. That's another good place to go. Talk to Stanford is another site, and it is called, it's part of Academic Earth series, and you can find stuff about them as well on academicearth.com. Open Course was launched by MIT in 2008. You can go to them. They have a series of sites. Also, think real quick is a new site that was launched as well. It's called edxonline.org. It's by MIT and Harvard combined. You can take a look at their site as well. That's absolutely free. Free information to help you with your business. I'm going to have to look at these as well. Of course, I'm mentioning YouTube, iTunes University. Also, business owners might be interested in law, entrepreneurship, and manager. That is on MIT's website, and you can find that called ocw.mit.edu. Again, ocw.mit.edu. sloan.mit.edu. And courses from the Sloan School of Management have talk about the law of entrepreneur and manager. Let's take a look at that. Give you a syllabus, give you a calendar, give you reading, give books, and so forth, whether you can read. Also, as a graduate level of, in the same school, listening to the customer, there's entrepreneurship market. There's also a cross-disciplinary entrepreneurship program with 66 courses that spans offerings from Sloan's to media arts, to electrical engineering and computer science departments, all geared towards business owners at every stage level of the game. Here's another site to take a look at. It's called Coursera.org. This is how you spell it. Coursera.org. Coursera.com. It was launched in April. It brings together free classes from Princeton, Stanford, the University of Michigan, and the University of consists of videos, interactive quizzes, grading, feedback, social media element. So far, it's tracked over 200,000 users last fall. So take a look at that site as well. And it has a module from there called Modern Thinking. Take a look at it as well. Of course, I didn't mention this one. It's called Great Courses. Sometimes you get this in the mail, and sometimes they give classes away, these series for like $9. I mean, you really can't beat that. I received a catalog in the mail, and I said, my gosh, this stuff that they're offering is real great material. You usually find it, if you're sitting on a plane, have all this information. It's called, like, if you look at a page and they have a little booklet of gadgets and gadgets, it's called Great Courses. And they have like history, mathematics, fine arts, religion, philosophy, intellectual history, literature, anything you can think of, business, economics. Take a look at that, and it's called thegreatcourse.org. And it's an excellent series. Some start off at introduction at $99, but usually these courses like $300, $399, $299, and so forth. So kind of take a look at that as well, some courses. But those, again, let me recap real quick over these 3 minutes. Again, you have iTunes University, you have academicearth.org, you have Coursera.org, and you have the courseware I gave earlier. You can look for education. You can go to your university. You can go to SCORE. You can go to the Business Development Office. And those are great places you can go to try to get information. Usually large universities have small management programs. Even churches are starting to order me to hold some classes. But kind of check those out. And that's going to give you a lot of help to help you manage your business. And if you have any questions, feel free to kind of reach out. I can tell you what I know. And I'm just really here to help you. Here's my information. You can email me anytime at info@Apple Capital Group. Eventually, we're going to have our own website soon, and you can communicate on that. But everybody, thank you for listening to this particular episode. Hope this episode will be a blessing to you and give you all the information you're looking for and succeed in your business. Lastly, I want to close out. TheChronicle.com has a blog, and it's called Higher Education. It has some great articles. One said online education startup teams with top-notch ranked universities offer free courses. And take a look at that at Chronicle.com, blog.wired campus. And other than that, that's really it. Everybody, thank you for listening to The Core Business Show. I'm Tim Jacquet, your host. Good night.
Thank you for listening to The Core Business Show with Tim Jacquet. For more information about equipment financing and asset-based loans, visit our website, applecapitalgroup.com. That's applecapitalgroup.com. Or call us at 866-611-7457. We hope you'll join us for our next episode. And remember, you can always get to the core via iTunes. You'll find all our previous episodes there. And thanks again for listening to The Core Business Show with Tim Jacquet.